Well, it was interesting coming in because DDHQ, they did a great job. We talked about this earlier of setting us up and then of making the calls really earlier and as accurate as anybody, but earlier than anyone. And if you walk through it here on the big board, you'll see what I mean. And Anna's right. We were looking at North Carolina and Georgia early on. By the way, where are we now? 280, 224, 270 needed to win. So Trump's over the top. Not only in the Electoral College, but it looks right now, we'll see how California comes in, like he'll be the first Republican since '04 to win the popular vote. I think George W. Bush had about a 3 million lead there at the end of the popular vote, and Trump looks like he might very well top that. Anyway, we still have Michigan on the board, Arizona, Nevada. It's not going to matter. Those will just be additions for Trump. If we go back and think about where we were at the start of the night, I was going to say, for those of you just joining us, but if you're just joining us, you probably should have your head examined to turn on the TV at 3 o'clock in the morning after the election's been called. But that said, Georgia and North Carolina come in, and what Scott and the guys at DDHQ were saying is if they called, there's 16 votes each, electoral votes. If they called both, and they did, fairly early in the night, relatively speaking, those 32 electoral votes would give Trump 251, and they said it would give him about an 85% chance of winning, right? That's what we knew this coming in. We're thinking, boy, as soon as those get called, he's in good shape. But we're also saying the best path to victory for Kamala Harris would be to win these three, to win Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, the so-called blue wall, and it didn't seem out of the question. But the problem for Harris all night long is her margins. They just weren't where they needed to be, and then eventually we saw it, and we're watching it, and they said, yep, Alaska had already gone. So he just needed the 19, and DDHQ made the call first on Pennsylvania, and that was it. Get your colors right, Connell, so you get it right to red, and it was 270. And then Wisconsin, it was just an additional number there to get us, where we are and put them up at 280. So as we go back, to the live results such as it is, we'll see how like Michigan comes in. We'll see, Arizona's actually been close. I don't know where it is right now. They got 58% in. So, Trump's gone up a little bit, so he might very well win Arizona. But Harris had a better shot there than she did in some of the blue wall states, which I thought was interesting. But I say margins, like in Pennsylvania, all night long, we were watching and comparing, where Harris and Trump were versus last time around, like was called a historical comparison, just put up the 2020 election when Biden won. By the way, for Trump to get to 50 in Pennsylvania, almost 51 is a story. Like his number is always the same. This is the third time he's running. Usually gets 48 point something, but now he tops 50% in Pennsylvania. So the thing is, you go in the western part of the state, for example, he was just running up margins in a lot of these counties. Butler County, of course, where the assassination attempt took place. And then even around Philly, like this should all be blue if you're a Democrat, but it wasn't. Like in Bucks County, I mean, this is surprising to see Trump do that well, in Northampton County. So, it's one of those nights. It wouldn't be surprising to see Trump win, but I think to see a lot of these margins, we did have some surprising outlooks. I promised to look at the House, so let me just get an odds on it. They're going 60-40 Republican to take the House, which would obviously be a clean sweep. Those aren't great odds, but, better than the Democrats right now. There's a few in New York I know that we want to keep an eye on all night long to see how they come down on Long Island, New York. Well, Dems might get that. Gillen's up 51-49, but the other Republican districts that we were watching on Long Island, 17 was another one in the Hudson Valley, lower Hudson Valley. Republicans kept that. So it'll be New York and California will be interesting to watch tonight. They already have the Senate, right? Have the White House, and the House, we'll see. But the Republicans have a shot of control there, too, as well. It's been a big night.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.